Hi everyone and welcome to Trev's launch. So excited today. Trev has been a friend of mine for a long time now, so it's such a exciting time to have him part of our team now, and I know that he's a very passionate man and he's very passionate about this, not just our products but also the business side and how that can really help people's lives, how really it can give people so many more choices than what we have in our normal daily routine. So I'm really excited to be able to share a little bit about what Trev is doing, to have him on here a little bit later and sharing why he said yes, a little bit about the benefits that he's noticing on the products and really what he's excited for the future, because I think that's really important. With our business, we find that there's so much passion in our stories. There's so much passion in the reason why we say yes to this and why we really want to support other people and their own growth as well. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about me. So I'm Tanya, and I am the founder of Ignite Your Soul, and I created Soul Tribe from that about 2 years ago. And I'm very much a holistic person, and I really believe in mind, body, soul growing. And I had the mind and the soul part of Pat. I'm very spiritual, and so I really loved supporting people to grow themselves. But I was really missing that physical side of it. And so when I had my own health journey and discovered this product through my own health journey and how much it really supported myself and my daughter's mental health, I realized that this is exactly what I'd been looking for in terms of that body aspect to my mind, body, soul journey. So I created this as a vehicle for me to help support people to grow on a bigger level. And so really, when I talk about our product, it's really, really simple. And this is why I loved it so much. And I said yes straight away. It's just fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule. Really, that's all it is. And it was designed to bridge the gap between what we are eating and what we should be eating, because most of us are not eating the recommended daily dose of 9 to 13 serves a day, right? And so these are basic. There's our veggies. It's called Juice Plus. There's our berries, and there's our fruit. They're just capsules, all plant-based, nothing nasty in them, GMO, pesticide-free. And so basically what they do is they grow on 3-generation organic farms. They grow the produce, and then they grow it in nutrient-dense soil. They pick it at its peak ripeness. They snap freeze it so that it locks in the good nutrients. And then within 24 hours, they turn it into like a giant slushy. They take the entire produce. So the skin, the seeds, the stalks, everything that has the nutrients in it more than what the fruit does, that we would normally throw away and not actually eat. And then it's pulverized down into a massive slushy and then dehydrated at a really low temperature so that it doesn't destroy those active enzymes. And it's popped into a plant-based capsule. So what it gives you is these are 33 different fruits, veggies, and berries. And it gives you millions of phytonutrients into your bloodstream within 7 minutes, going to where your body needs it the most. Your body recognizes it as food. It knows exactly what to do with it. So it takes it to where it needs it the most. And so that's why we've got the most amazing results in our stories, in our customer stories. But it's not just about stories. We've actually got nearly 40 peer-reviewed, gold standard medical studies, all published in medical journals. Now, these journals, you cannot pay to get your studies and published in them. So these are amazing. Over a 30-year period, we are the most researched product in the world. And out of our research, we have some incredible results, so we're noticing that we're getting reduced inflammation, we're getting increased lung function, increased immunity. Even simple things like the common cold or smokers on them really increases our immunity in terms of supporting us to actually prevent our bodies from getting that long-term sickness, the chronic illness, or even just the viruses on a daily basis. And when we do get them, it helps us to recover a lot faster and we don't get it quite so bad. So many things to love about our product, but what I love the most is our child health study. So there's another study that we're doing, and they've been doing for nearly 30 years. So what they've done is they wanted to create healthy children. When we know that kids just don't eat well, there's so many sick kids around at the moment, and most of it is because kids are eating processed food, and it's just full of rubbish. It's not nutritious. It's not giving them what they need. So Juice Plus decided that they wanted to really support kids' health now and into the future. So we're creating a new generation of healthy children. And so with every adult order, children receive a free chews, which is amazing. And these are exactly the same as what's in our capsules. They're just in a chewy, yummy form so that kids really love them and will eat them. And the results that we're getting coming out of the study is amazing. It's like kids are reduced doctor visits, increased school time, obviously going to school more often, and also increased productivity in terms of their grades and their schoolwork and their focus and things like that. And increased craveability around kids wanting to eat more fruits and veggies. It's another thing that we've noticed, which is really cool. Kids just aren't getting sick, and they are feeling, they're doing a lot better, they're feeling a lot better. So that's really cool. Another one of our products that we've got, again, which is so simple, and I absolutely fell in love with these, and that is our omegas. And when we say omegas, they're not just omega-3, they're actually an omega blend. So they are a blend of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 omegas, and they are, the best part, plant-based, like all our products. So we do not take omega-3 from fish. There's so many things that we have discovered about fish lately. They are not sustainable. We cannot be taking more fish from our sea just from oil, because the fact is fish don't have naturally producing omega-3. They have to get it from the algae that they eat. So where do? We go to the algae. And we've also got another 5 plant sources in here as well. And all our algae is grown in a clean environment. So we're not taking it from the sea, from the fish's food. And of course, we're avoiding that heavy mercury, that toxic mercury that we seem to have in our oceans and our fish at the moment. So it's a lot cleaner. And we're getting really, really good results from these. Great fatty acids. And our last product, of course, very briefly, is just we have our protein superfood plant-based shakes in 2 yummy flavors, vanilla and chocolate. These are full of superfoods like spirulina, yucca, pumpkin, mushroom, alfalfa, broccoli, and then we've got things like quinoa and amaranth as well. So things that you normally probably wouldn't eat. I mean, who knows even what yucca is, but it's great. And also with added niacin, which is a natural mood booster. So fantastic for snacks. We don't see them as a meal replacement. We actually, they're great to add to a normal meal, to a normal healthy diet. And that's where our program comes in. So with every customer gets free access to our Juicy Body Transformation program, which is our healthy lifestyle program, which really does teach people how to eat well and how to set themselves up for a more healthy, sustainable lifestyle, lose weight, feel great, it's family friendly, and we don't count calories. We don't believe that you should be eating lettuce leaves for like 8 weeks and then go back to normal eating, because it doesn't work. It's dieting. We don't believe in dieting. So very simple and easy to follow. So I'm just going to stop talking now about our product, because this is about Trev and this is about his launch. I'm just going to share a little bit about my own health journey. As you heard to start with, when I first was introduced to this, I was looking for something personally for myself as well as something else to add to my business. And I was really sick. So I had been sick with an autoimmune disorder for about 4 years. So I had chronic pain every day. I had joint pain in my hands, which a doctor put down to arthritis. Now, at the time when I was diagnosed with this, I was in my 30s. So, really young to be having arthritis in my hands. And I had, so I searched for obviously a natural way of healing my body. When I was first diagnosed with this autoimmune disorder, I thought, I don't want this to get any worse. I don't want this to be chronic and to get worse and worse as I get older and end up really crippled as an older adult. I didn't want that. So I decided that I was going to heal my body. So I went on this massive healing journey, and I spent thousands of dollars on all sorts of supplements, which obviously didn't work, through therapies, treatments, I mean, everything. I tried all sorts of mind therapies, soul, spiritual therapies, physical therapies, all sorts of different things, and spent a lot of money, and nothing was working. And after about 3 years, I was diagnosed with leaky gut and adrenal fatigue. So I was really exhausted. I was like a zombie trying to get through my day, falling asleep on the couch by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I just was not sleeping well. I had constant cold sores, UTIs, thrush. I was always at the doctor, always sick, always on antibiotics. My hair was falling out in handfuls. I had dermatitis all over my body and this awful rash on my foot that just wasn't going away. I had headaches, nausea. I had awful bowel cramps and confused bowel going on. So diarrhea 1 minute, constipation the next. I know, yuck, but I was in a pretty bad way. So when I discovered this incredible product, and I thought, really, fruits and veggies, it can help with all that. I'd watched my friend who was sick, get better. And I thought, well, okay, it's fruits and veggies. I've heard it's nature's medicine, and if it's in a concentrated form and there's like 33 of it, then hey, it might just work. So I gave it a go. Honestly, 2 days, I started feeling better immediately. 2 days, and I started feeling better. And then I just slowly got better and better and better. And it's been 2 years for me, and I feel amazing now. So I love this product. I think it's incredible, and I certainly would be recommending it for anyone else. But what I want to do now is I'm just going to flick on over to Trev, because I'm just going to ask Trev a few questions. I'll just get you to take yourself off mute, Trev. Is it all good?
Unmuted. Hello, everyone.
Hey. So I've spotlighted you, so we're going to look at your lovely face, your handsome face. Look at that. Looking very good.
And I've turned off all the extraneous sounds that were going on just before.
Oh, I'm really, really pleased about that. You'll be able to hear us then, or we'll be able to hear you. So I just want to ask Trev, because I know that you are the kind of guy who likes to look outside of the box, and I know that this kind of appealed to you when our lovely friend Loach first started on this. And so I just want to ask you why you said yes to this.
A couple of reasons. One, I have my personal researcher. He's been going to town trying to find gaps in the system. And he's coming back to me with big companies, pharmaceutical companies, research and things like that, and going, these guys don't like it, but they can't, not a single one of them could prove that it was bad for you. And they just, like all research, don't want to bolster up somebody else who's trying something that, let's face it, vegetables have been working for humans for a long time now. And it's us. We're depleting the soil. I mean, you mentioned earlier nutrient-rich soil. I was having a conversation just the other day, and they were like, it doesn't matter how organic your vegetables are. If you've stripped your soil out, you're not going to get the benefit from that good nutrient-rich soil. So I've been watching these capsules work, and I've been higgity-piggity on it. To be fair, I like I said earlier, I was taking them. I'd feel the benefits, and I'd forget where those benefits came from, and then I'd start chugging along, completely forget to take them, do my thing, start feeling unwell, go, why am I feeling unwell? Oh, because you're a smoker, or because you eat fried chicken every day, or something like that, along those lines. Bearing in mind, once upon a time, I was the chief pie eater of 2017. I've got a letter somewhere in the house saying that I ate so many damn pies You know, and we all know that that is not a good diet. That is not a good diet. And it wasn't long after that that I actually started taking the capsules myself. But like I said, I jumped on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off. And now I've brought the whole lot, admittedly just to try, because you can't tell people something's good unless you've actually tried it yourself. And now that I've been religiously taking them for the last couple of days, or last week, I got to say, I have actually noticed quite a bit of difference. And I had already decided to jump on board because I had already seen the benefits and all of the people, lovely ladies, a lot of my two main ladies in the middle of the screen here for me, you know, like I saw when you were ill, and I've seen now that you're very much not ill.
Yeah.
And like, I know you got a cold today, and that is probably, you know, legitimately the first cold I've seen you get in years. And you've been very good at taking these capsules. Whereas me, I've been sick most of this year before I went, oh, well, this has got to stop. And then I thought, well, if you're that enthusiastic about it, jump on and make it a business as well.
Yeah. Love those reasons, Trev. Love those reasons.
Yeah, but mostly because I was getting fat and lazy, and I don't want to be fat. I don't mind being lazy.
Yeah. We know. I don't think I could ever see you fat though. But yeah.
No, definitely getting a bit rounder.
Yeah. Well, I do love that, and I know for you too. You know, and it's great to know that you're noticing the changes with the capsules. So what specifically are those changes that you have noticed?
I got to say, I was a bit pessimistic about the omegas, to be fair. I was like, yeah, I know omegas is good for you, but I didn't actually consider, it's actually the first time I've ever taken them in my life. Aside from trumping lots of fish, I was a big fan of the fish diet. I have noticed unlimbering of tight ligaments. And well, like all things, once you start untwisting the pain in your body, you notice other pains because, you know, the last lot untwisted, and then it's working its way around. Like I have the most nagging pain in my shoulder now. But that wasn't there. I was distracted by other pain down in my legs and my feet. So now that's gone, I've got. And the shoulder pain, admittedly, that's from a pretty serious injury. So now I've stripped away like a good layer of pain, and there's another layer of pain there. That's just the physical. I got to say, you know, internally feeling pretty damn good. And the cravings. I was having a big, long conversation with my mate last night just before he had to leave work. And I was like, I used to munch. Like, well, actually, we're talking like 8 days ago. I was a munchaholic. I'd wake up or not go to sleep and just spend all night snacking away on toasties and things. And I just do not have that desire because I end up. And when I wake up, I don't need to load up on carbs, the sandwich breads and all of that, the sugar food, you know? I just think, oh, well, I will have my smoothie. There's a bit of advertising. I will have my smoothie. And I don't take that healthy food and think, I don't know, possibly maybe you guys can't sympathize with this one, but when you bombard yourself with healthy food and you haven't been eating it, it is kind of nauseating because it floods on in there and it starts going, oh, your bowels are crap. You know, we'll mess those up for a little while we clear them out. And, you know, the energy level that you get, but you've been unwell, and it kind of battles with your unwellness, and you end up detoxing and feeling kind of awful. Once you get past all of that, you've got energy, and then you need something to do with it. And that's, you know, that's another big thing for me. I'm making a big move myself personally, and I want a lot of energy to do that move.
Mm.
And it's not going to be just the franchise. I have other things that I want more energy to do, which are satisfying to the soul, not necessarily the pocket.
Mm. Great.
And then I lose track of what I was saying.
No, it was perfect. And, you know, I totally understand when you talk about that feeling nauseous when you're flooding your body with the capsules. That's exactly how I felt. That's just all part of that, you know, like you say, your body is clearing out those toxins. So, yeah, and it's like a massive dump of crap that's been sitting in your system for a very long time. So it does. You're going to feel all sorts of awful things to start with. And I mean, for me, I felt nauseous for 3 weeks. So hopefully you won't feel sick for that long.
No, it's only like 3 days. Because like I said, I'd been hitting up the capsules every so often. But yeah, like 3 days of feeling absolute crap. I did blast a lingering cold that's just been sitting in my system for months. Months.
Great. Well, that's
it's hard
awesome.
to believe that was months of just feeling mildly unwell.
Right, and never actually getting better.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, you know, I mean, we come back to what I was talking earlier about the research that they've discovered is really when if the people do get sick, it's really speeding up that recovery time and not making those symptoms quite as bad. So, you know, you get the flu and you might only have it for, you know, like for me, I had the flu when I was in Vietnam over a year and a half ago. And instead of being out for 3 weeks, I actually only had it for about 5 days, and I had the energy to get through our day for our tours. And then, you know, I crashed in the evening, and then I was great again after 5 days. So it's really, yeah, the research proves that, as well as seeing it in our stories too. So, Trev, you know, we hear how awesome our product is. I mean, you heard my story as well as yours. So I'd love to know, what is it that you are excited about going forward with this business?
I'm excited. I know this is a long-term goal, but I am excited to have another job, because I've already got a job which benefits other people.
Yeah.
And this is another thing that I can do that benefits a wider audience. And the more that I push it, you know, the more, like currently we've got a drive to affect 50 families, was it? I forget.
Oh, just our team, it's just 50. Yeah. But then, you know, we've got Juice Plus themselves who want to impact 10,000 families.
Yeah.
This year alone. So, yeah.
And they'll probably do it. And you know, for me, moving forward, I like the idea of being part of something. Especially something that I can't find fault with. And I've got my fault finder, and my fault finder is not finding any faults.
We know. We know you want to research everything and find everything out that's wrong with something. Yeah, that's great.
No, not so much me. Like I'm not so concerned about it. It's as in all things, I like to be the devil's advocate, and I've already got a devil's advocate, so I've been the shining beacon of positivity. Just to egg the young fella on. Like, he's still not going to jump on the products just yet. That's going to take some convincing, because he's pretty set in his ways. And I imagine that there are a lot of people out there that are just unconvincible until they're surrounded by people who are well while they are unwell. So I think the best way to get those last few stragglers is to surround them with very well people.
Yeah, bombard them with wellness.
Yeah, and you know, there's always going to be the odd person that just goes, no, I don't want to be well. I'm quite happy with my pharmaceuticals and all this carry on. I'll keep listening to a character who wants to keep me in an unwell state, just so he can milk me for the money.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
for you too, Trev, this was, you understand the business model too, and you like that this can create a bigger future for you, in terms of that passive income. Is that another reason why you
Oh
decided?
no, I've never turned down a passive income.
Yeah.
To be fair, I realize that passive requires time, and you don't get into this business if you want a quick fix.
Mm.
It's not gambling. You're not gambling on anything. It's a sure bet, and all the sure bets are slow bets.
Mm.
So I
Absolutely.
am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to holidays in Vietnam. I probably won't go to Vietnam, no offense, but I'm not really all that interested in Vietnam. But I would like to tour the world at some point, and Juice Plus is going to take me there.
Great. Love it, Trev. We'll help you get there. We'll help you get there. Thanks for sharing. We're going to come back to you later. So I'm just going to shoot on over to the lovely Loach who introduced Trevor to this business. So I'm just going to spotlight you now, Loach. You just want to unmute yourself, honey, and just share with us a little bit about why you said yes to this, your business as well. Just tell us a little bit about what it's created for you and your family, honey.
Yeah, sure. I just want to say also that, Trev has been watching me for a while now and has been interested in jumping on board for a while now. So he knows very well what he's in for, which is awesome. He's done his research. So I started in this business 2 years ago because I was having a very hard time with my health, and the products just completely turned my health around. I wasn't expecting that at all. It really surprised me, and so I was just passionately wanting to share it and reach other people. That was my why originally, and that's still my why. I still want to be able to help others because it's helped me so much. I was working 50 hours a week when I started doing this biz, and I was completely burnt out with adrenal fatigue, bad anxiety. And so this has enabled me to sort of pull my working hours back to 30 hours a week, cap it at that, because I do enjoy my day job, and then and do this part-time alongside my homeopathy, my alignment with my homeopathy. And for me, it's with my homeopathy being based on mind, body, spirit, this is the soil, this is the nutrients are so important. If you don't have the nutrients flooding your body and getting that goodness, if the soil's not right, it doesn't really matter what else you do, you're not going to flourish. So it's kind of the missing link for me, actually, with what I was doing before. And I just get so much satisfaction and purpose out of it. And I love the products. I just absolutely love them. I mean, yeah, I've got a cold, and this is the first real cold I've had in a couple of years, as Trev was saying. And I've got a bit of asthma with it, and it's the first time I've had asthma in such a long time. And if anything, it just makes me feel so grateful as to how far I've come and how healed my lungs are. And a lot of that also is knowing what to eat, knowing what I can't eat, just looking after myself on a whole other level, and educating other people about what I'm doing. I love it. It's fantastic. The other thing I'd like to say about it is, in my industry, in my day job, I'm kind of, I feel I'm capped pretty much. I'm on the top pay rate, and I can only go so far up. And I could go further up, but there wouldn't be that much more money, and there'd just be more stress and responsibility, and I don't want that. Part of the reason I've come into this is because I want less stress. I want to have more of a lifestyle, more time with my children, holiday money. I get to go on holiday now. I've got 2 holidays booked for next year, which I'm really excited about. The Gold Coast and Rarotonga. And I can pretty much say without a doubt, I don't know if I would be able to get there so quickly, just being a single mum with 2 kids and with my outgoings. I don't think I could do that so quickly just with my traditional job. And it's because this business gives you the opportunity to go as far as you want with it. It's limitless, and that's what I love about it. It's given me the vehicle to dream again and actually make those dreams come true. So I'm really, really grateful that I said yes. And I'm really excited that Trev's come on board, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do with this. Yeah, thank you. Back to you, Tans.
Thanks, honey. So I'm just going to go back to my screen because I've got my lovely hubby, Pete. He's going to share why he said yes. We've got a few men in the business. Yes, it's saturated with women because it's so empowering for women, but we have a lot of very successful men in the team too. So go ahead, share away.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, so why did I get involved with the business? Well, I'd actually been on the products about 18 months and had some pretty amazing results, things that I didn't think nutrition would actually fix. I thought surgery might fix them, but it wasn't really an option because I was too young for the surgery that I needed. So I had massive belief in the products because they'd done such an amazing job with me. And it was about 18 months into it that I had news of some friends that were pretty going well. A couple of them, one had just gone through a prostate battle cancer battle. One was just starting one. And another friend, she had just got leukemia. Sadly, she didn't make it. The other two are still here. One's still having ongoing issues, but hopefully we'll get through that. These are all people around my age, and they should be living healthy lives, looking forward to retirement, looking forward to grandkids coming along, living their dreams basically. The kids are empty nesting, just about doing what they want to do, but they're getting sick. So all these changes that I had were at a cellular level. So if your cells are healthy, if you've got the best chance you can get of actually fighting things like that off and preventing them starting in the first place. So that was my first reason for getting into it. And then I started to think, what if I turned it into a full-time job for me? Well, not actually a job. I mean, it's a pleasure to serve people, really. But if I did it full-time, I could actually leave my job, my job. Yeah, I've got a great boss. He pays me really well. I get really well looked after, but I'm still tied to it. I only get 4 weeks leave a year. A couple of weeks that I have to take Christmas time, because we actually shut down. I get 5 days sick leave, which I don't take. And I'm tied to it basically. And if we want to go away, we like to go away for weeks, months on end. We don't want to go someplace and sit on the beach for 10 days. We want to actually go explore the whole country, then go to the country next door and the one next door to that. That's how we like to do things. So if I can get rid of a traditional job, I can start doing it, I can start dreaming, we can start living the life that we want to live. And there's also some other things that I really want to do, which I can't do at the moment because I'm limited for time and income, really. I want to make a big difference to the lives of kids who live in poverty and kids who are sick. I want to put smiles on their faces. I want to help them live better lives as well. So that's the real goal for me now. And if I can do this business right, then I can make a difference in this world. That's what I want to do. And I'll pass you back to Towns.
Thanks, babe. Thanks. So, yeah, amazing story. So we've got a lot of men and women in this business that like to make an impact in the world and create some really good choices for themselves. So for me, so as you know, I've been in the business now for 2 years, and when I started, not only was I sick, but I was also stuck in a job, a traditional job, where I felt that I wasn't able to impact the world the way I wanted. I came from a social work background, so as a social worker, we always want to make a difference in the world. We always want to impact people's lives positively, and I felt like I was watching people die, and I really wanted to help them live, on every level. And so like Loach, I was also capped. I was, yes, sitting on the highest pay rate because of my degree, but I wasn't ever going to grow that. And the only way that I was ever going to grow that is if I moved up in the company. And of course, I tried that and I didn't get it. And, we have so much competition in our traditional corporate lives and companies that we're part of, that it really makes it difficult for anybody to move up and get better jobs, get better paid jobs. And yeah, your pay might increase, but it doesn't actually support your lifestyle, because it means you're creating more stress, you're creating more hours, and by the time you get higher up into those management positions, you're pretty much married to the job. So where does your lifestyle come in? Where is that time off for you to travel? And so that's what I found. And we thought, well, how can we get to become a CEO of our own company so that we can start choosing what we want? We can start creating an income that we want, because how many of us get that opportunity? So we looked at other businesses, we looked at other franchises, and honestly, $400,000 for an initial investment. And we were lucky if we're going to get paid back on that from, at least 5 years. I mean, that to us was absolute nuts. And so it didn't make sense at all. And we thought that was not a way to go. So I started looking at other opportunities. And of course, this opportunity came up at the perfect time. And for us, Pete mentioned before, we wanted to travel, and we had just booked a honeymoon in Southeast Asia for 9 weeks. And so I was asking for 10 weeks off. And of course, I wasn't going to get 10 weeks off. We just paid for it, booked it and everything. We weren't going to get the time off because I wasn't being covered through work. And so for me, I decided I would just leave. And, so 4 months into the company, into the business, and I actually left. So, and that was actually, as difficult as it was the best decision that I ever made, because it meant that we traveled around Asia for 9 weeks. And during that time, not only did Pete only get paid 4 weeks leave, the other 5 weeks he didn't get paid. I still got paid. So I got paid on my business. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to say yes to this, was that we could travel. We could have the time to travel, the income to travel. And so that for us is massive. I also really wanted at the time to spend, I'm a mum, and my daughter needed me. She wasn't well at the time and she needed me at home. And so it meant that I could be at home, that I could be around and more available. So you can do this from anywhere in the world. And the other reason, of course, is my social work side of me, where I really want to be able to give back and really impact and make a difference. And yes, through this business, I can do that because I'm mentoring, I'm coaching people on every level, on a health level, but also in terms of their lifestyle and their finances and their, their mind, body, and soul aspect. So it's massive in terms of self-development, helping people grow. But also that I want to be able to give back to the world in other ways, like, create charities. I'm a big animal lover, and so I want to give back to animals in the world who are suffering, animals in parts of the world that don't get looked after like they do here in this country. So, I have a massive reason to do this, and this has created so much passion for me, so much more passion for me. We have so many more choices that we can say yes to now. And for the first time in my life ever, I can dream and feel excited about those dreams because I know that they're going to come true. So a really exciting opportunity to make that happen. So I'm just going to stop talking now, and I'm going to pass you back to Trevor. And I'm just going to ask you one more thing, Trevor. So I'm just going to spotlight you again. If you just want to unmute yourself, we'll give you the floor again. I just want to ask you, is there anything else that you would love to share today? You've got the floor.
Mostly just, from a wellness does with these capsules, I can't really find enough enthusiasm to try and share it. And I realize that I'm going to be sending this video to a lot of people that probably, oh no, if there's not facts, there's not facts. There are facts. And the fact of the matter is, I'm just going to get well. I'm going to be very well. I'm going to be well off as well, for another well.
Yep.
And the travel, I never really had any major motivation to travel. And I feel like part of that was I didn't actually have the freedom, like Pete and yourself were saying. You work a job, you work hard at that job, and that job does not reward you in anything other than job satisfaction. And unless you're lucky enough to find a job that you find very satisfying, money is the money that you get from a job. You've got no time to spend it on yourself. You'd spend it on your bills, you spend it on getting to work, you know. And if you're unwell because you're not looking after yourselves, the time that you have off, you're going to be sitting back drinking a beer and just going, whew, tired, been working really hard.
Yeah.
And I think having freedom from that will then teach you that there's probably something greater that you want to do with yourself, because you will actually have the liberty to do so. Also, who doesn't want a job where you get to chat with people and make their lives better almost immediately?
Yes, I agree. 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, and I do love that. Thank you so much, Trevor. I've really enjoyed listening to you today. I've learned a few new things about you that I didn't realise. I didn't know that you were really interested in travel. So, hey, that's really exciting for you. I know you'll make that happen.
Yeah, being able to afford it is probably why I never talk about it. I don't tend to talk about things that I can't achieve.
Yeah. So, yeah, good time to start talking about things that you can achieve or that you want to. So thank you, Trev, for sharing. I do want to say thank you to everyone for coming and for watching this. If Trev has sent this to you, I know that you'll make whatever you want of this, Trev, and you can make a huge success if you want to. The beautiful thing about this business too is what I found is, we were talking a bit before about how we looked into getting a franchise and it was like 400,000. I mean, this is so simple because the risk is so incredibly low, and it's the only business that I've ever looked at that's actually going to pay you in your first month. So you're actually going to get back your investment in your first month. And that is absolute nuts. For me, that was crazy. And it's not that it's too good to be true, because you still got to put the time and effort into it. So, but you get paid on that. You get paid on your time and your effort. And of course, because there's a passive income opportunity, it means that as you're older and if you're sick, or if you want to travel, or if anything happens, if life happens to you, you're actually getting paid when that life is happening to you. So that's the beauty about this. You're putting in less time later and getting paid more. So yeah, beautiful opportunity. So if any of you have got questions, Trevor sent this out to you and you've got questions, please just get in touch with him, get your questions answered. I know that he would be more than happy to answer those questions for you. And thank you once again for supporting him and jumping on and watching this. Thank you.